Well, we played a Magic Weekend there during the season, and it's a great venue, big space, loads of spectator space. So I hope people can get down there and come and support and stuff, because there's enough capacity to have people in there. Not having a loud live crowd behind is always a bonus for both teams. Yeah, but I'm confident going in. Like I said, it can go anywhere on the day, but I think we should edge it, provided that we complete a set. That we're training tomorrow night, so that's literally going to be my whole training session tomorrow night, is complete your sets, minimal errors, complete your sets. And I think, to be honest with you, the team that completes the most sets will be the team that lifts it.
Well, Wayne, a big thank you for joining us. And before we get to this weekend's massive game against Leeds, just a bit of a general catch-up with how the season's gone. I mean, especially the second half of the season. How's it gone at Halifax?
Yeah, well, we come out of blocks blind, and we beat Leeds, we beat Wigan first couple of games of the season. Couldn't have got off to a better start. We had a bit of a stumbling block in the middle. We lost a couple of games. But yeah, I don't know. Rugby is up and downs, and it's like a roller coaster. So yeah, we've come. I think this form's coming where we need it to be, when we need it to be, grand final. So
I mean, what's the mood at the Panthers like heading into this game?
yeah, everybody's positive. Everybody's positive. Come off a great win against Wigan last weekend. Everybody was on fire. We minimalised our own mistakes, which is going to be one of our downfalls this year's kind of thing. We're just getting ourselves in situations that we don't need to be in. So yeah, we minimised our own mistakes, completed the sets, and yeah, we come out where we're a good victory.
And you mentioned that Wigan result there. We should go back to the end of July, the last time you played Leeds as well, because I know form goes out the window for a one-off final game, but that was a pretty emphatic victory over Leeds at the back end of July. I mean, does that tell us anything about how you can prepare for a game like this?
We're both international teams, you know what I'm saying? We're full of international players. We're full, we've got depth, so it can go either way on the day. But on that day that you're talking about, we had Jack Rover for an England camp. So we had Jack playing for us, and Jack just being there, he wouldn't have to touch the ball, lift the team up. So yeah, it was a good victory. Obviously, that's going to be in the back of their minds. We have beat them on 2 occasions this year, and we only lost to them by 2, I think, on the 3rd game that we played them. So we've I think on this season's games, we're definitely ahead mentally. But then again, you know, they had the triple last year. They had, you know, the grand final and the challenge. So you're talking about the 2 best teams in the league, to be honest with you, that are going head to head. Like you said, on the day, it can go either way.
I mean, what have you made of the competition more generally this year? Because it's not just yourselves and Leeds. I mean, Wigan, I've brought something to the table, as of London, in this second half of the season. I mean, what have you made of it? How competitive it's been?
Well, it's been a lot more competitive the second half than the first half. I think it was great what the league did with it, and put the 4 top teams together to play each other, especially with the lead up to the World Cup. Obviously, all the teams, the top 4 teams have all England players playing for them. So for a build up, people playing against people that are testing them week in, week out, you couldn't have asked for anything better, kind of thing. So yes, it's definitely been a lot more competitive, which is, you know, what all elite athletes are looking for. We're looking to be the best and play the best.
And touching upon the World Cup, because you know I will get to this grand final, because you know, one game at a time and all that. But it is coming over the horizon now, isn't it? The World Cup at last. And I mean, what's your general feeling about how within the England camp it's all shaping up heading towards the World Cup, based upon what you just said there about how good the Super League's been this year?
Again, very similar to, you know, what I just said. We're peaking at the right times. Okay, everybody's finding the form. Everybody's got the speed. You know, there's not nobody with any little niggling injuries or anything like that. So yeah, the feeling in camp is always a good one when we play, and it's getting very, very, very competitive now, kind of thing. You know, the tending around the soft feet kind of thing in camp is no longer there. It's hard. It's got big contacts. It's everybody's flat out now. So yeah, it's getting intense.
And we're just touching upon the excitement for the World Cup. I mean, it has been a long time coming because of last year's delays and that kind of thing. I mean, how excited should people be about, you know, the Rugby League World Cup, and especially the level of exposure the wheelchair version of the game is going to be getting in November?
Well, I think from a player's point of view, this is the pinnacle now. I mean, I've been to World Cups, and this is there hasn't been one as of yet that I've been involved in that's at this level and this intensity and this. We're normally like an afterthought, wheelchairs there to a side, whereas now, we're fully on board. Everything's equal all across the line. It's amazing the amount of support and money that's been pumped into the wheelchair game as now. So you can't wish for more from the game, from a spectator game like the World Cups in this country. This is the first time all three versions of it have been played together simultaneously. You could literally go watch the women's, the men's, and the wheelchair final bang all after each other. What more could you want as a rugby league fan? So yeah, I think the hype around it isn't just hype; it's real.
So let's talk about this weekend then. I mean, what does it mean for the team that you've got through to this final and you're one game away from picking up this big piece of silverware at the end of the season?
Well, again, when we lost Jack because he moved to Australia, it was a big blow for the team kind of thing. Jack was a fundamental foundation within the team with his work rate and everything like that. So it's taken us a little while just to shuffle things about in order to find people's to replace that. I mean, and how the hell do you replace Jack Brown? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's taken a little while, but we've got there. It's all about lifting silverware and it's all about lifting the trophy. That's what we play for all year to do. So it's great for the club. It's great for social media publicity. It's great for everything. But at the end of the day, those players play to lift trophies. So to be one game away, 80 minutes away from lifting one, what more do you want as a player?
That history of the club. I mean, what's it mean to be getting back to a grand final like this as well?
Yeah, it's like I say, it's what we offer. You're playing the two best teams in the league at that point in time, and what more do you want? It's going to be intense. It's going to be hard hitting. It's going to be ferocious. Like it's what we play for. It's what we train for.
When we talk about these big games, there is some experience in this Halifax Panthers team, not least yourself. I mean, how important is that level of experience and composure for a big game like this weekend?
But to be honest with you, I can give me swings and roundabouts because sometimes you've been there that many times, kind of thing that you want it so, but you want it so bad that you can maybe force it a little bit. For me, you're trying to lead by example, and you can maybe force it a little bit yourself. But again, then you have on the flip side of it where you know what's coming, you know that it's a game of momentum. Do you know what I mean? Just because they scored 2 tries on the bounce, don't mean to say that you can't score 3 tries on the bounce. And knowing when to push and when not to push, and I think that just comes with. And there's enough players in the team that have been to enough grand finals and enough Challenge Cup finals. Halifax is still the most successful wheelchair rugby league team there's ever been so far. So yeah, we've got enough experience, I think, just to keep us cool.
And last question, Wayne. Obviously, this is taking place at the National Basketball Centre in Manchester. It's going to be a cracking occasion, isn't it? I mean, what's your final thoughts as we head towards this weekend?
Well, we played a Magic Weekend there during the season, and it's a great venue, big space, loads of spectator space. So I hope people can get down there and come and support and stuff. Because there's enough capacity to have people in there. Not having a loud live crowd behind is always a bonus for both teams. Yeah, but I'm confident going in. Like I said, it can go anywhere on the day, but I think we should edge it, provided that we complete a set. That we're training tomorrow night, so that's literally going to be my whole training session tomorrow night. Is complete sets, minimal errors, complete sets. And I think, to be honest with you, the team that completes the most sets will be the team that lifts it.
Well, Wade Boardman from the Halifax Panthers, a big thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us this week, and big good luck this weekend.
Anytime, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.